Welcome back, guys. This is Shinoo with InoKinetic. This episode is really kind of an R&D update, but it was kind of somewhat inspired by a quote, an idiom from Aristotle, and that is,
"The whole is greater than the sum of its parts."
And so it made me think about all this R&D that we have done, this commercialization of all of these parts since 2003 for the Lotus Elise and Exige and other cars. And we've reached this point now where we can operate a car, a neglected one in good shape, and make it better than it was originally. So having said that, we have some testimonials at the end of this video that I'm going to share with you of a client that will give you some feedback on how our 111 RS, our current one, number 3, is performing. But first, let's talk about a few of the products that we have in development. In fact, some of them are on the 111 RS right now. As you guys know, our cars are always test mules. We're always trying some new product that we're developing, and this car is no different. So what's on this car? Well, there's several things. Cool products that I know some of you guys have been waiting for, and even one somewhat controversial product that I'll talk to you guys about. So anyways, let's jump straight away into the products. Katana 3. If you watched our last video, you may have enjoyed the interview with Brent Fortin, our calibrator. So we've been running that Katana 3 with the new injectors and new calibration ever since, and I have had, a couple, 3 weekends now of just hammering this car, and it is running like a scalded cat, man. It is fast. So 233 at the wheels is what we got on the dyno. Super excited about that. Car is running beautifully. Drivability is fantastic. Yes, we are going for carb. So that is on, in our gun sights here, we are looking to achieve carb. So wish us luck. So having said that, lots of work still to be done there to achieve that, but we're on that path. So what's the next product? shiftR 2.0. Most of you guys know back in 2016 is when we introduced the first shiftR 111. And that product has been fantastic. We've got hundreds of customers who are really enjoying the shift action in their Elise and Exige. Well, what prompted the 2.0? Well, costs, really, honestly. Since COVID, material costs have just gone through the roof. And so last year we made a decision, we've got to redesign the shiftR 111 because we need to get our costs back in line. And so we kicked the project off. And so what's happened in recent times here, we've had 2 prototypes made that we've been running in a couple of different road cars. And we've accumulated over, I think, 1,000 miles now. And we've learned a couple of things. In fact, a couple of things that need some design changes, which we've already implemented. But it gave us the confidence then to go and take one of the prototypes, put it into our Art Car 2, which we keep at Spring Mountain for some R&D testing. And I went out to the track, hammered that car for over 100 miles, and the shiftR performed flawlessly. So anyhow, we've got a product that we're excited about. It's in production now. We've kicked off our manufacturer. It's marginally better than the first generation product. I don't think any of you with the 1.0 version need to shift up to, pun intended, to the 2.0 version. So it is a little bit better, but if you have a leather covered center console and you need more clearance, that may be one reason to do it. So we're very happy with where our costs are coming in on the new version, the 2.0 version. So look, it's in production now, so look for that very, very soon. So what else can we talk about? I'm sure some of you eagle-eyed viewers have seen the wheel that's right over my shoulder here. This is our new Monolite IIs. This is the RS343. We are so excited about how this wheel is turned out. It is gorgeous. It's hard to see the details, but we machined and scalloped out the sides of the spokes and the edges of the spokes to save additional weight. So we got this wheel down to 11 pounds now. So this is extremely light. This is the lightest 7-inch by 16-inch wheel that you can put on a Elise or Exige in the world. Forged for us, custom, in Japan. Fantastic product. Super, super excited about how this has turned out. The interesting thing is when you look at it straight on, it still looks like a Monolite. But when you get up close, that's when you see the details and all the additional facets, and it really updates the styling in a far more modern way, but yet it's still clearly a Monolite. Just now it's the RS343 Monolite II. So anyhow, they're in production. We expect to see them later this year, and super, super excited about that wheel making its way into our portfolio. Windshields. We have tooled up DOT glass windshields for the Elise and Exige. They are in production now. We expect to see them later this summer. We're working with an OEM supplier in Michigan. I went to actually visit them last month. Super excited about that development, because now we will have a direct replacement windshield for the Elise and Exige. Okay. So now, let's get to that controversial product, that sacrilegious product that I'm actually running on the 111 RS, and that is a upgraded stereo. Those of you that know me know I love music, but you also know that I've taken the stereo out of my last several Lotus Elises and Exiges. Actually, probably for the last dozen years, I have not had a stereo in an Elise or an Exige. Well, after several years of hearing from you guys that are looking for a solution to upgrade your stereo, we thought, let's give this a shot. So this car has got an uprated stereo. What have we done? Well, we tore out the head unit. In its place, we put a Porsche part. It's like a cubby, that insert that comes from the Porsche 996 and 986s. It looks really clean. But what we've done is in the passenger footwell, we've taken out the footrest and we've put in place a box that has a subwoofer, an amplifier, and a Bluetooth dongle. Components all from Museway. And then we added focal speakers in the stock locations front and rear. And through the Bluetooth dongle, we can stream music from our phones. So, anyhow, we are really excited with the results. Believe it or not, it sounds really good. And I know some of you think that's nuts. Look, listen, when I drive aggressively, the stereo's off. But you know, you got to drive on the freeway. You got to drive around town. Perfect opportunity to listen to some tunes. So anyhow, I'm very excited about that solution. That box in the footwell can be removed if you go to the track or going to the autocross. So quick disconnect, bang, take it out. Put it in your booty with your other gear that when you emptied your car out for the event. So the added weight is pretty insignificant. So anyhow, super excited about that product. Well, we had an event for the 111 RS. We call it a test drive event about a month ago. We had a dozen Elise Exige owners come in and drive the car and give us their impressions. So it was really exciting for us to get that kind of feedback and hear what people think about how the 111 RS compares to their own cars. So I'm going to share one of those testimonials with you right now. Jeff has an 06 Exige that he bought new, came in to get that car serviced, and drove the 111 RS. Here are his comments.
So I just finished driving the 111 RS. I've had a 2006 Exige since new, and this is not really that car. The suspension is mind-blowing. The power is amazing, and the brakes are so deep, like really strong. I think the shift setup that they've got in here is phenomenal. It's completely different, way more engaged, and it notches in perfectly. I think to me the most noticeable difference is in the ride quality, though. It's quiet, it's smooth, it's composed, and going over the amazingly beautiful roads that we have in Southern California, which are not amazing, it's a different car.
Awesome, Jeff.
It kind of feels like my car, but just like it cost $100,000 more money.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks.
Well, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. You are welcome to take a test drive of your own of the 111 RS. Just, call ahead, email me, let's make an appointment, come out here. You got to drive this thing. It is a hoot. It is so fun, yet it does not beat you up. So, anyways, lots of fun, really cool car. I hope more of you guys get a chance to drive it. But thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.